The global version of Aether Gazer is one of the games that a lot of people have been excited for and asking about. Since the delay of the global version, people have been worried that the lack of news and the revenue for the Chinese version are a reason to worry about the global version. Well, in this video, I'm going to explain why none of that is valid, why there's no reason to worry about the global version, and why the revenue isn't an indicator of any bad news coming for both the Chinese versions or the global versions of the game. Let's get it popping. On June 28th of 2022, we received an announcement that Aether Gazer, an action RPG made from Yongshi, the creators of Azure Lane, would be coming to the global market. In October, a closed beta test was conducted that was really exciting and successful, but showed signs of many things not being ready for launch. Right before the beta ended, Yongshi themselves made the announcement that the launch of the global version would be shifted into 2023, stating that the development team would be responding to the support and expectations of potential players of the game. This told me that Yostar kinda jumped the gun by announcing a 2022 release date for the global version, and the delay was a breath of fresh air in my opinion, even though the community was very frustrated with the news. For some reason, 4 months of silence seems to have players worried that Yostar is rethinking the global launch, or that it won't be happening anymore despite these games usually taking years to release for global, which is honestly just stemming from impatience and the fact that potential players are forced to wait. Well, I'm here to assist with these worries because, well, that's not how these things work. In reality, a contract has been signed between both parties for the release of this game. Unless the Chinese version of the game is terminated and the studio closes down, which I do not see happening, this game will have a global launch, as a contract can't just be terminated unless both parties are in mutual agreement that it is not in the best interest of either party. I think many of you forget that it usually takes a year or two for these games to release globally after the Chinese or Japanese version releases. So, what does this mean? It means be patient and wait for them to make the game better. The Aether Gazer team is very small and improvements are being made, they just will take some time. So, what improvements are being made? They've been so silent, so how could I possibly know that what they're doing takes time? Well, Yongshi was very transparent in the October delay announcement of what could be worked on to improve the game. This first thing was very obvious, although they didn't give us context as to what exactly would be adjusted, but they did mention that quality of life updates would be made to the game in order to enhance the daily game experience of players. If you watched my previous Aether Gazer 2.0 video, you would have seen that many quality of life enhancements were in the works. They didn't mention the gacha rates, but they did show many enhancements that would be made to the game as well as new content. This could also mean that some of the enhancements could make it over to the global version for its launch as well, since Yostar most likely funded all of this. The second thing that they mentioned is that they'd have the option for English voices within the global version that would be available at launch. This isn't something that could be done in 2 months or even 4 months. They need to find the best voice actors for the job and hire them to record lines for every single character in the game, not only for the launch version, but also for future content of the game. They would also have to make sure that the script and localization was on point, so they didn't have to worry about these things and correcting them in the future. These 2 points show that time is needed in order to make sure everything meets a specific quality standard. I know a lot of people started to worry when they saw the announcement that Revived Witch would be shutting down, but that was for reasons that would have impacted that game's future. There was a very good reason for the shutdown of that game, beyond just revenue. I know that's what a lot of people like to look at in order to judge if a game is going to survive so that they can doom post the game, but trust me, there are a ton of good games that make far less revenue and have been able to remain live and supported for years. Some of them only just started making more money recently. Aether Gazer has a lot of potential, and the investment from Yostar shows that they believe that they can help the game reach the level of potential that the game has. It's in their best interest to do so, because when improvements are made, money is made. Aether Gazer just needs more time to cook and prepare content to make potential players happy once it finally launches here in the global market. It's always risky to delay a game that people are excited for, as players may become interested in something else that may have exactly what players have wanted from this game, but only time will tell if the developers of Aether Gazer are actually willing to make changes needed to make this game a global success. Anyways, I just wanted to touch on this because I've been receiving a lot of questions stemming from excitement and impatience, so I wanted to remind people that this game has a higher chance of failing if the game releases in its current state. Give Yostar and Yongshi time to cook. These games aren't made overnight. Have a wonderful day, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay chaotic. Peace out, everyone.